So first thing I want to know, why did you pick up the name of the book called Caring for the Carer?
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. So the book I wrote was when I was taking care of my parents. So we, as caregivers, we're always taking care of the patient, but nobody takes care of the carer. And even the carer himself or herself doesn't think about herself. So I was like, for once, let's care about the carer.
Okay, so even till the time you not become carer, it's difficult to understand what they go through, because everyone in the family, when they come and meet up, they only talk about the person you are caring for, not the person who's caring. And sometimes it is being selfish to think about themselves too. So I want to know what kind of emotions a carer would go through when they are caring for someone who love them a lot.
So it's really amazing because everybody, it's such a difficult time because the rest of the people around you are getting time to process the person's illness, to actually think about leaving, they're going to be leaving you, or you're doing whatever to spend time with them. There's so much time to actually think about that. Whereas the carer who's always with the person, they usually end up being like the information desk, and they're, people are like, okay, did you do this? What happened? How's the patient? You're always constantly worried about the medication, this, that. So I think, your emotions become less about the actual illness. Your emotions become about, am I doing a good job? What are they thinking about me? Everybody's criticizing you. You're judging yourself constantly. Maybe you're going to have friction with the family. You're getting frustrated. Sometimes it comes to a point when, we don't know. There's no expiry date, and you don't want an expiry.
We don't want that.
Yeah, we'd want the patient to live long. But sometimes they're like 4 years, 10 years, people are, being carers, and it's just that same carer caring for the patient. So you can get frustrated, you can even get mad, you can start resenting the patient, but not in a way that you hate them or it's just that, they also start treating you like a maid or like an assistant, and you are that, but at the same time, they forget that you're their daughter, their sister, their, wife, or whatever you are. I'm saying from a woman's perspective. But it's a very confusing place to be, I think.
So first thing I want to know, it's such a big thing we should all talk about and we should all learn, because somehow all of you are going to get into the situation someday. Why people don't talk about this?
So one of the reasons I wrote this book is that, when you're in the situation, it's very tricky. Like, imagine me saying all this when I'm taking care of my parents. I would never think of saying that, even if I thought about it. I did, so after my mom passed away, I took therapy with positivity coach and a therapist together, and I couldn't tell anybody that I'm taking this therapeutic sessions, a little bit because it's taboo in our culture, but also because how do I explain what I'm doing it for, right? If I say that I'm doing it for my issues with my dad, or I'm doing it for my issues with my siblings, then it's like, oh, you always think there's a problem, there's no problem, no, all this stuff, right? So it's like, I don't even want to deal with it. So I realized that the person going through it cannot say anything, because either they'll get misconstrued, or there'll be more problems between the different factions, and you don't want to upset your patient, right? Whoever your loved one. So in that way, this book is like the voice of the carer. So what they can't say, this is saying for them, right? So I had someone who's like in a really bad situation with their siblings and, taken for granted, and she took care of the mom, now she's taking care of the dad, and they're just not understanding that she needs time off, that the baton needs to be given to someone else. So, she's like, what do I do? What do I do? I said, well, not that I want you to sell my book, but, if you even just take your copy and just leave it near them, or, just give it to them or something, get them to read it, because then they can start understanding you. Because even though we're all going through, different situations, the theme is the same, I think. Like, a lot of the stuff is the same.
So one thing I started following after I met Zamena and I read her book is when I go and meet a friend of mine or a family member of mine where I know there is a situation where carer is caring, I always carry this book and give as a small token of love from my side to them. And a lot of time people say, Kailash, we don't have time to read. I said, you don't have to read. I did not got this book here to read. This book is a very precious book for me, and I want you to keep it near the patient, and patient will start recovering. That's what I tell them. And I leave that book. I said, these are books where people know me in my own network that I'm a spiritual and I believe in blessings and all those things. So I said, keep this book near, don't have to read. Even if you want, cover it up, put it in the polythenes, do somewhere, but keep it near. Don't keep far off from the patient. Somehow, every book is alive, and that book is alive because of the soul of the author. And she has very powerful intentions with this book. And those get translated, and I've seen more happier situations in the families. I've tested this at least 2 or 3 situations.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
It's wonderful. Even when she was writing a book, and we have a process called editing. In the editing process, my editor did the editing, but I thought, can I get this book edited with someone who's going through the situation? And I found, I would like to name him too, because she has also written his name in the book. My friend Atul, his mother is going through a very difficult phase in her life as a cancer patient. Chemotherapy is going on. A difficult time as a son. He's carer. And I pushed him to edit this book or read and give a feedback. Because what Zamena is writing, he can easily understand. He's going through, it will support to him. So it's a very powerful book. I know, Zamena, you're doing greater things than a book. Book just opened a new door for you in a new world. So I want to share what all you do to take this message to a lot of places.
So since being a carer is such an isolating experience, I decided, so this was supposed to be like initially a guidebook for carers, because nobody sees a carer and says, oh, I was there too, and this is what's going to happen to you. It's all you learn on the job, and you're always all alone. Nobody's qualified to be a nurse. Nobody's qualified to be all the different things you are as a carer. So this is like you keep it next to you as a guide. You're feeling lonely, read it. But then you need human interaction. You need someone who you can vent to. You need someone who understands you. So I've started doing every Sunday. We have a support group online where people can just come, and I'll read a little bit of an excerpt, and then we'll discuss. And then once or twice it's happened that, there's like 2 people that showed up or something because everybody else was busy. So we just had like a general, like we're talking about politics, we're talking about religion, we're just free from, because they just need to socialize, right? They need a change. They want to be talking to different people, but, get a break from their regular,
So it's my humble request to all of you, whether you're listening live or you're listening to this recording somewhere on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, I want you to recommend your friends and family members who are caring for someone in the family to join this group, because unfortunately this is a lonely journey. They're doing it alone, and Zamena is ready to give her a hand as a community to support them. So please tell them to join.
And it's really interesting because I have the therapist who did the therapy for me. He's actually going through a situation where he's the carer for his wife right now. So now he's in my group, and he's been so kind. He's offered his services for everybody, like whoever wants on my group, for free, like pro bono. So it's really interesting how people are kind of helping each other. My uncle, realized that this man lives very close to him. My uncle lost his wife recently, so he knows what, this guy is going through, and he just said, oh, I'm here. If you need me, I'll go to the park with you. We can like hang out, do something. So it's amazing what comes
A
out.
carer just needs to know that people care for him too. That's all.
Right.
Happy caring would require caring for yourselves. Very simple. Be a happy carer. Take care of yourself. Read this book on Amazon. Join the support group. We are always accessible. And I would like to thank all of you to join this wonderful book launch. You can definitely reach out to Zamena on her Instagram handle, on her LinkedIn handle, and from there you can join support group and care your parents or someone who's not well with a lot of love and power, not taking 100% load on you. So, okay, thank you very much for joining in.
Thank you so much. It's really touched that all of you showed up. Thank you so much, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you.